Hey everybody, this will be my first voiceover for some content that I'm putting out. So this is the Ice Boss. I'm wearing Tarug's IA and Troll King. So Troll King's really nice in here, especially if I got a constant heal on them and they go below 50%. It kind of procs that Troll King on people. Basically keeps everybody topped off, and there's really not a need, other than like Symphony of Blades, to use. So I'm using the Ritual Mundus for increased healing received. I think I'm at like 14%. One of my Troll King pieces is like a reinforced piece. I still need to trait change it. I'll probably just get it out of the new Undaunted chest coming the next DLC. But we're gonna go exit to entrance. I'm gonna provide as many blanket heals, drop my ritual, get my minor mending up, and then just prog as much power of the light and combat prayer as I can. Throw out a few orbs, keeping everybody alive, and then heavy attack when I can to get the IA buff on them. So pretty quick and easy. You saw them all drop fairly quickly. Tarug's on a healer, helps out tremendously. I mean, it's nice of a tank. The main tank has it also. But you know, there's a lot of other sets that he can wear to provide the same buffs, like Eben for the group and Yonakrin. So they don't have to worry about Crusher uptime. So pretty easy clear there. Still got 6 vitality. We come into here and the fire's obviously already pulsing. So I'm left healer. I'm the Templar. I drop ritual so that he can purge that fire dot off of him whenever he needs it, so, or anybody else. So I usually put it once every rotation. So it does eat up a lot of resources versus just letting it sit until it goes away. But instead of running purge, I just drop a ritual over and over. So I have shards on my back bar. It's mainly for the tank back there, just to provide him with a little bit of resources. That way if he's wearing non-selfish sets, that he can sustain back there with ease. So I focus tank whenever he does the breath, usually a breath of life, things like that. Yeah, those fire atros were melting me. And then for some odd reason I didn't make that, even though I clearly on the screen I was out of the fire AoE, so I got shafted on that. So then we're back into the action. I'm providing as much synergies as possible. Then I started doing the debuffs and dropping Horn on cooldown. So sometimes you save the ults for ad phases. Recently, a lot of people just been saving like 2 ults for ad phases, and then everybody's executes are taking them out. So just going to depend upon your level of DPS in the group. But again, I'm just responsible for Power of the Light, Tarug's Crusher uptime, lots of synergies, and combat prayer for the group. So taking flight again. Try to drop my lightning wall as much as possible to refresh it. I don't want none of that falling off right in the middle. And then I just spam my combat prayer just to get as much DPS push as possible on those things. So with combat prayer, sometimes there's some miscommunication with combat prayer. Sometimes people think it does 12 people. Sometimes they think if you do it twice, it'll cover everybody. It's a maximum of 6. And then let's say somebody, you hit everybody and 2 of them already had combat prayer from the other healer. And I hit 6 people, but for some odd reason, Zoss thinks that I'm going to hit the same 2 people. It doesn't get refreshed. Just sits there and then it falls off 2 seconds later. So I always hit combat prayer twice. That way it always has 6 people with their minor berserk. So seems to be a DPS increase tremendously. Again, same debuff, same buffs, lightning wall ritual, power the light on the enemies if I can, and then just provide as many blanket heals as possible for all that fire damage. It's crazy. So try to support the right team with healing springs during that phase if I can, or throw some orbs. Just depends. Unfortunately, you do have to use an infused trait on your front bar, which isn't too bad. I mean, obviously, if you want more heals, power would be better. Yeah, during that right there, the boss died, and for some reason, his breath was still active, and it just killed everybody. It's kind of shitty. I don't know if it's a glitch, but the tank didn't go down. We just got screwed out of like 8 vitality. This two-hander they didn't grab because I don't know if they were invisible, but I tried to bring him back over to MWM, and I guess he didn't catch him in time. So we'll stack the adds on the fates, and everybody kind of sits around the center location for the most part. And then DPSing them down. Provide as many blanket heals as possible. Orbs. So this mechanic, pretty simple, but if you've never done this trial, it does 3 circle AoEs. You can just move out of them and then go behind the statue. Some people might have got caught up. I'm not sure why people die there, but I know sometimes if you're slowed, you do get slowed, and that's why I drop a lot of rituals here as well. I don't run Purge, so I drop a ritual almost every rotation again. So fire Atros plus the fire spit, and then just the tank having an extra synergy. And then for that time stop mechanic, you do need 2 people to do the time stop mechanic, so the same person can't enter it. So usually I catch the back one, and somebody else catches the one up top. We're going into 80%. I'm going to do a blanket heal right there, and then I'm just going to provide as many synergies and combat prayer as I can. And I got to watch out for that jump. So really good DPS, really good group. So cleared it no problem. And then I position myself back here to heal the tanks, as well as provide synergies for the group, but in addition to catching the dragon spit. So you see how he just spit that fire on me? For the tank, that'll melt him if he just stands there in it. And sometimes it's hard to catch that because he just does it so quick. So you might be getting steam breath. He might spit you, then put steam breath on you. Seeing like right there, that was kind of dangerous. That there was a healer check with the debuff, so you just got to overheal that. It's not too difficult, as long as your heals are strong, I guess. Or somebody vigors. Again, I just sit back here, providing as many combat prayer and bubbles. And then they're going to stack the adds on the fate on the right. We kind of got tossed up with that meteor. I'm not sure why they took it way back there, but so I had to roll forward through the group. Predator was on the left healing, so I'm on the right healing. These guys are all going in a straight line. And then I'm just going to nuke them all down. So I'm trying to debuff as many as possible. Everything gets power of the light. Everything gets lightning walled. Again, I drop a ritual right here, right there where the Atros are, just in case anybody has like a fire dot on them. It'll cleanse them. We'll be ready to go for the next one, or synergy, just so they can get their resources back. This is where Chronic kind of DCs, and then he's going to get bit, so I got to basically focus a lot of heals on the main tank. So, and then whenever the DPS go down, you want to provide a war horn for the DPS for the added increase. Usually that could be the main tank, or it could be the healer back here, what I'm doing. So now that Chronic's back, we'll see that he gets bit right there with the spit. I guess I wasn't far back enough, and M just sat there. I don't think he was used to that. I've been catching it the whole time, and it just melted him instantly because he had that debuff. So blanket heals, combat prayers, and lots of bubbles. So There, our main tank went down, but he gets that pretty quick, and Chronic's able to hold the rest. So we're going to be going into execute phase. This is basically just a DPS race with 3 little AoEs you need to take out a group with meteors. You'll see it here in a second. So get all my buffs up, debuffs. It's nice being back here because you don't have to deal with that. So there's the circles. Just take them out of the group. You try to overlap them so you got plenty of room to run. After 3 sets, the first set will disappear. See how those are kind of gapped? Kind of leaves limited space. People got to know. So they are doing a good job overlapping them though back there. So that's 2 sets. Every time after Steam Breath, he's going to cast those out. So that's the 3rd one. The next set should be going away. And then there we have it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked the commentary. Have a nice day.